What is happening, everybody? This is Cody, aka DFS Prodigy, coming to you live, breaking down this NBA Summer League slate for July 7th. DK has it. I'm excited about it. We're back for NBA. Y'all know how I feel about the NBA. I love breaking it down, especially when we had it in the playoffs. We're on a good run in the playoffs. So this is kind of like my first year that I'm going to do more so of Summer League. I played it last year. I did articles for it last year, but I'm going to really try to go more in depth on this Summer League because I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the prospects we're getting. We have some familiar names on this slate. I'll have the article. Basically, I'll tweet it out right before I tweet out the video that I'm doing right now for this slate. So I'm excited about this. It's a 2-game slate. I love 2-game slates. 2 to 5s are normally my favorites. I do like showdown though, but we'll feature the bigger slates also. But before we begin, like I said, always hit the like button for me. Definitely subscribe. Y'all know where to find me on Twitter at DProdigy. I'm always on there. I'm always active. I'm even on TikTok. So that's the new generation, but we're still doing YouTube. I still like breaking down these slates, talking with y'all, but let's just go in and kick it off with the Houston and Orlando. So on the Houston side, this is kind of an interesting team. We're going to see Jabari Smith. I think I love him at 9-1 still. He's the main guy I do want to go to here. Like I said, I do love the upside that he brings to the table. I like him at 9-1. Eason, he's not bad either. So you can definitely look at him at 8-5. He's in play. TJ Washington or TT Washington Jr. I don't mind going to him at the 29th overall pick. It's just the price tag is a little bit high. Garaba, we know what we're going to get out of him. We saw him last year behind Singin when Singin was the Summer League hero. We know that. And then Josh Christopher, we saw him at the end of the season on the Houston team. I like him at 6'8". He's definitely in play. And if you look at Aaron Gordon, the brother of Eric Gordon, you can go to him at 4-4. I think he's going to be part of this rotation for sure. And he's still cheap enough to see minutes. Lamb, I think, is overpriced. Knicks, if he does start at the shooting guard, I do like him at 6'5" at that price tag. Hutchins and Holman, I'm kind of staying away from, but that's kind of what I'm looking at for this team on the Houston side. On the Orlando side, Banchero 9-5. I like his upside. Obviously, we know what we're getting out of him. He's going to be the best pick on this slate. I like him a ton. Banchero's the guy I'm locking and loading. I know he's going to be high. I know he's going to be high owned, but it's for good reason. It's Banchero. So RJ Hampton, he wanted to play in the Summer League. I still like him here at the price tag of 8-3. I think he's going to see great minutes. I like him here. I think him and Banchero are going to go at it. I still like I said, this Magic team. I like this first game more so than I like the second game. I'm going to get a lot of pieces from the Houston and Orlando side. Like I said, RJ Hampton, Banchero, I like both of those guys. Admiral Schofield, we know we're getting out of him the Indiana product. I like him for sure. He's in play. Simpson, I don't mind going to him at 6,000. I think we're going to see good minutes out of him. And then Cheatham Jr., I'm not really looking at. Pilatsky, I'm not really looking at. A couple other guys that I just want to talk about is Arturo, 4-6. We know we're going to get out of him. We saw him from the Clippers. We saw Terry. I don't mind him from the Thunder side of the ball, which we saw his game log. Like I said, we're kind of looking at the old Summer League here. And then, like I said, Akeem Ford, 5'4" is not really something I want to look at. I just don't know what we're going to get out of him. Or Lean Ford, not Akeem, my bad. And then a couple other guys, nothing else really stands out to me. But let's go to Portland, where we'll have a familiar face that I just want to take a minute to talk about. Brandon Williams. Do y'all remember Brandon Williams, what he did last season, where he just went off for this team? I like him at 6'4". But let's talk about Sharp. I don't mind going to Sharp. He'll see a great run. Him and Banchero are the two top options, along with Jabari Smith. Obviously, Keelan Johnson, we saw him last year. I don't mind going to him. He should start. Trent Watford, we know what he did as a big man. I like seeing him at 7'8". Lazuda, we saw him also last season. I'm not really a big fan of it. I just kind of am indifferent on it. Greg Brown, like I said, we kind of know what we're going to get out of him. He's the big man at 5'7". And then Luka Garza, the revenge narrative, I like him here for sure at 5,000. He's definitely in play. And then let's go to Detroit, where we're going to have to shuffle through a bunch of guys. There's a ton of guys. I just don't know what the run we're going to get out of them. Kate Cunningham is kind of the odd man out for me as a spin up. I know 9.8, it's a hefty price tag. He's going to be one of the obviously highest price options. I'm just not getting a lot of him. I'm not going to get a lot of stick bait either at 9.3. I'd much rather just go to Jaden Ivey at 9,000 if I had a pick, because I think he's going to get more of a run. And then Killian Hayes at 8.4. I mean, we saw him last season. Maybe the shot has gotten better. I'm just not really a huge fan. Isaiah Stewart at 7'4", the big man. I'd much rather just go to somebody else on the Houston Orlando side and but like I said, we have a couple familiar names like Bohemian. We know where his story is. It's just the problem is there's just a lot of guys to shuffle through that I'm not really getting a ton of. Like I said, if you want to go to the Isaiah Stewart to be different, if you want to go to the Killing Haynes to be different as a spin-up option, I don't blame you. It's summer league. There's going to be a lot of ton of options. It's just the problem is that minutes are key, kind of like in the preseason football where minutes and reps are key. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for this slate, guys. Again, thank you for tuning in. Up is a great sit for us tonight. Have a good one, everybody.